He was an engineer and the head of mechanical design for several early generations of particle accelerators at the original Crocker Radiation Laboratory at the University of California at Berkeley, where much of the research for the atomic bomb was conducted. He was there from the late 1930s to the early 1950s and was part of the research that won several Nobel Prizes for the lab, working with people like Lawrence, Seaborg, Macmillan, Oppenheimer, and Urey. The 60-inch cyclotron, CA 1940, one particular project he often spoke of. The man in the photo is not Grandad, who was asked to have his picture taken, but was too shy. Everything was top secret, and no one but the top brass was supposed to know what they were really working on, but before long, everybody knew. There was tremendous pressure to get the bomb ready to use on Germany, and they often worked 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. Many of the physicists, full knowing the dangers of radiation, wouldn't even slow down enough to take precautions and would just walk right into the machines with no protection after the experiments, some dying of leukemia and like diseases a few years later. It was only at Grandad's insistence that safety measures were implemented. When I asked him how he felt about contributing to the development of such weapons, he said people who didn't live through it can't understand the outrage and hatred felt towards Germany and Japan at the time. The outcome of the war was by no means the sure thing it might seem in hindsight today. During the first years, one country after another had fallen to the Axis powers, and people were genuinely afraid. The opinion among his colleagues was that their work would shorten the war and obviate the much greater bloodshed that massive conventional bombardment and full-scale invasion would entail, and there was actually undisguised regret that they ultimately failed to make the bomb available in time to force Germany's surrender sooner. Grandad had a number of fascinating souvenirs from his time at the Rad Lab. The eeriest was a gift from Oppenheimer, an acrylic cylinder containing a melted scrap of metal from the Trinity atomic bomb test at Alamogordo, New Mexico, on July 16, 1945.